Okay, doke. Reading for the Morash. We're moving on from last episodes was about set point, changing our set point so we can lose some spiritual weight. Now, the evil inclination is mankind's enemy in both the physical and spiritual arenas. It embitters a person even though his circumstances do not warrant such bad feelings and he has no reason to feel so low. Okay, and so Rebbe Nachman of Breslov, a true spiritual master, dedicated his life in the midst of this confusing era for the Messiah's coming to battle this evil inclination and completely eliminate it, and to reveal that all arguments are false and without substance. His goal was to make clear that everyone that depression is the side of evil itself. Wow. His aim was to show that there is only one path for a person to truly leave behind the darkness and the harmful passions which bind him down. The path is the road of happiness and joy. Let's discuss the beginning of this, and next time we'll discuss the second half of this. The evil inclination is man's enemy. So, in both physical and spiritual arenas. That's interesting. We're reading a spiritual book about joy and happiness. It's interesting that he brought up the idea of in the physical arena also. Meaning what? That the evil inclination, there's a force inside that is man's enemy in physical and spiritual. For example, this inclination in me can pull me not to read the things that will nourish me and spiritually and do the prayers that will help me and strengthen me and take me away from all the holy experiences. Also, that force could take me away from sleeping, from exercising, from eating well. Why? They're both, I think, chess moves, good chess moves. Because we know, and anyone who's worked on these things knows, that if you take away a person from sleep, you can guarantee his spiritual level will go down through disconnection and overtiredness for most people. And if you take a person away from eating, most people who aren't master fasters are going to lose some connectivity for the most part. And if you take a person away from their different, choices, not to organize my house. So he's the enemy in all. Basically, any unhealthy decision is fueled and funded and sponsored. Fueled, funded, and sponsored by the spiritual, enemy, not a person. It's like Labdil, like we talk about in Islam, I think it's called the jihad, the holy war. And really, it's an inner war in Torah, in Judaism. It's a force that pulls us to make bad decisions at every turn. Now, why is that so important? I'm older now, and knowing's half the battle, right? And that's the first half of the battle. The other half of the battle is doing something about it, doing it. So now I know what it is. I need to do something about it. So that's that's about that. So the last piece about this is it embitters a person, even though his circumstances do not warrant such bad feelings. He has no reason to feel so low. Meaning, it makes a person feel bitter. Like, we're talking here about what one of my clients today called a great word. In 12-step, it can be called a victim feeling like a victim. But we might also call pity party. That's what I was trying to think of. A personal pity party, a PPP, right? So I guess here, victim blabber. Our brains can victim blabber. They can negativity fest, a curmudgeon. It's a part of us that can be convinced, like, oh my God, this is horrible. They don't have barbecue sauce at this restaurant. Like, what the heck? My day is so bad. It keeps going on the wrong track. Oh my gosh. Like, I only made like 200,000 this year. And make like the 250. All of these negative perspectives that entrap us and pull us to make bad decisions. And so we got to watch out for those, yeah? So maybe identify what are some thoughts that are embittering mice for no reason. There are thoughts that embitter is not the right word, but pain us and hurt us that are real in the sense that they're dealing with real things. But there's so many things that are not real, and they trick us and trap us. And so we need to identify those and even distinguish. So maybe make a list of, I think it would be a good idea. Make a list of negative thoughts you're having about your life or yourself or other people today and yesterday. Nice bulky list. And let's go back and identify which ones are embittering me and really just not real, and which ones are giving me, strength, or not, rather really need to be worked through and are not that. So, thank you. We'll do part 2 next time.